faces and feet. I gotta get back to the hood. I remember when I was the needy. Beat me up, squeaky. She fell in love deeply. Sleepy. They like what I say, they repeat me. Yeah, look.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now movement already, so a flag down here on our very first play. So that'll back him up 5.
Here we go. Ready?
Now Burrow. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Here's Burrow. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story. And, wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks.
2nd and 5 now. Mayfield. It's caught by Hooper. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
So this rivalry, Charles, here in the Buckeye State, Cincinnati and Cleveland, you know, you felt like for a while it took a dip as these two franchises struggled, but now I think this rivalry is budding again as one of the best under-the-radar rivalries in the NFL.
I agree with you absolutely because both of these teams have the arrow pointing up. They've kind of solved their quarterback issues. They're building up their...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now it's Burrow. Here's Higgins out on the right side. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns drive about to get started. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play. Not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off around the 37, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TV. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
From the 31, Mayfield. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, as he can really impact this offense. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. Yeah, he's going to be stopped short of a first down as he'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
First down. Here's Burrow. To Mixon on the check down. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
Here we go. Ready? Plays hot. Cut. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. Hot.
Again, it's Burrow. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Touchdown, Bengals.
Jamar Chase.
His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Mike Hill.
And the Bengals are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
12, 12, 12. 42.
And they go play action now. Burrow. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Jordan Elliott, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. After the sack on first down, Burrow.
Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On 4th down, out comes the rookie 5th-round pick, Evan McPherson, for the Bengal field goal.
The wind is at his back here in the 2nd quarter.
McPherson's kick is good. So that, Charles, a season long, and since he's a rookie, I guess we can go ahead and call that a career long as well.
I love how you put that together because, you know, as everyone at home was saying, okay, has to be career, right, since he's a rookie. Well done by you, but I definitely like what I've seen from him so far this year. Very distinguished college career. He's looking right at home here in the NFL.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Mayfield off the play fake. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's going to try and go deep again. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long. Go get it, big man.
And the final clocking on the next-gen stats. Look at this. 22.3 miles an hour was his top speed.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team. So I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
From the 31,
Burrow. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And the Bengals on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Burrow will throw. That is caught. It's Uzama. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Nifty move. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're just trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
11.
From the 41, Burrow. Flush to his right, and he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He'll let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. They coming off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball. That cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part, got them the football back.
So now maybe with the touchdown they scored previously, plus their defense making that stand up and getting them the ball right back, momentum may be shifting in their favor.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. To throw, Mayfield. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he's got some space here. And finally he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
Well, they know they've got a good starter. Now the guy coming in to spell him shows he can run it pretty good as well.
And I think he appreciates the starter, wearing people down, tiring them out a little bit. He took full advantage, didn't he? Came in with fresh legs and carried the ball.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Mayfield on 3rd and 2.
And this one incomplete. And another throw. Really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. McLaughlin now for the Browns field goal.
From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is right there. It's good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Brandon Wilson on the return. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 3rd down, Burrow.
Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that
his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Burrow looking to pass.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Burrow. And he's taken down. This will be a Browns sack. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Swings this out for Hunt.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Second down at 5.
Mayfield looks to throw. That one is caught by Hunt. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield.
He'll get this one underneath to Hunt.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And his kick here is good. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And now here's another interception. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And that's out quickly to Chase.
Touchdown!
Jamar Chase.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Browns' drive about to get started. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Mayfield to throw it. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if the game believed their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Flush, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tack McKinley able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Here's Burrow. Evades him at the 10. Touchdown, Bengals. Chase from 17 yards out. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Browns' drive about to get started. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Play fake. Mayfield. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Mayfield's throw pulled in by Schwartz. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A gain of 6 there on first. On second down, it's Hunt. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 73 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Trey Hendrickson able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. And this one is right through. And that'll get the deficit down to 15.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
On 2nd and 10. Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
2nd and 7.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Burrow. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off inside the 10.
And the Browns are right back in this football game. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going deep here for Bryant. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 38. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. On 1st down, Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now Burrow. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Good footwork at the 30.
46 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yards.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Browns are right back in this football game.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He's going to let it go again. They've got his man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Mayfield off the play fake. Steps away. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle. 2nd down and 7. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
There's a reason the number 4 was flashing through my mind when he let that one go. 3 touchdowns already in his back pocket. The deep ball's been a great weapon for him in this one. Unfortunately, empty on that attempt.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he's going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Burrow will throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Mayfield.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 17. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then gets it with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington or Christmas.
That's correct.
60 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble in 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
They said their goal was to win 7 games. They've done that pretty early in the year.
I think it's time for them to elevate that number and really make a big push to finish the season strong.